I love Halloween, and the first time that I was introduced to this spooky, magical, kind of dark, fun holiday was when I was 7 years old. And I was super excited because I didn't know what trick or treating was. I was, you know, and my my mom from the first family that I was a part of, um, she really got into the the holiday spirit, and I'm not sure if that was the year that she made me a an ET costume. This thing was fucking rad. Okay, it was head to toe. It had the the healing finger, and it actually glowed, from what I remember. And she made the whole thing. She sewed, yeah, she sewed the whole thing, created it. It looked amazing. Um, and that was the first year that I ever experienced Halloween. And I remember coming home and dumping all of the candy out on the dining room table, and there was just loads of it, and 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 then I'm trying to remember if the following year, I think the following year I was a vampire, and I had a cape and I had fangs and I had, I had blood, and then she she did up my she did up my face, and I had my hair all slicked back, and I was looking pretty badass for a vampire. Even at 8 years old, I was like, I'm looking good. But so then, when I was 9, I was introduced to my new family, and it completely was like a 360. Uh, this family did not celebrate Halloween, and they specifically told me around October. They said, well, we don't do Halloween. We don't put up pumpkins. We don't do anything. No decorations, nothing. And I was very, very upset, you know. However, they did tell me that if my friends went out trick or treating for Halloween, I could go. And they your parents are smart. They'll figure shit out, pretty quick. But they kind of got the impression that what I was doing is I was inviting myself somehow over to my friend's house so that I could go trick or treating. And they never told me I couldn't do it, because the rule was, hey, if I got invited over there, I was allowed to go. So, um, so for quite a few years, I went trick or treating over there with a bunch of my friends, and it was just, once again, it was a rad time. However, I don't remember any of the costumes that I went as. So it seems to me like my vampire and my ET years were probably some of the best years for Halloween for me. Now, moving a little bit forward into my teens, I was part of a youth group, and they decided for Halloween they were going to go to a haunted house. And this was the first time I had ever experienced a haunted house. And granted, now you would think at 16 I would, I would be completely okay and not scared. Bull fucking shit. I was terrified. I went in with my pastor, and I was literally shaking the entire time. And he literally had to like step in front of me to guard, to basically guard me from the scare actors. And the worst part of the haunted house was at the very end. There was a door at the very end that you had to go through. And the minute the pastor opened that fucking door, like pushed it open, there's a fucking guy with a chainsaw, and he revs that son of a bitch up, and I literally bolted through that fucking door and ran all as fast and as hard as I possibly could. And I remember that whoever was in the costume or whatever with the chainsaw chased me even around the parking lot or in this gravel area after I got out of the haunted house. And for years, I never did another haunted house. And then I was probably, I would have been probably 21, probably 21, 22 there. And I had a coworker of mine, and she wanted to go to a haunted house. And so we went out there, and this place was fucking rad. I mean, it was one of the coolest haunted houses I had ever experienced. They had a corn maze, and one part of the corn maze, from what I recall, they had a car. Someone was in a fucking car and was driving towards you. And I remember that really freaked me out. It freaked her out. And she obviously could not hold her scares. And what I mean by that, every part of the haunted house, she was screaming. And I don't remember it. I don't think I was a dick and laughed or anything. I think I was just gradually, held her hand and we just kind of walked through the different sections of the haunted house. I do remember one other really weird fucking sensation was um, you're walking through this corridor or almost like a tunnel, and there are people. You can literally feel the vibrations coming through I'm guessing it was wood that I was walking on or we were walking on, and you could hear the chainsaw below the boards that you're walking on, and it literally felt like that fucker was going to come right up through your foot and just continue going up. But yeah, that was a wild fucking time. And then fast forward many, many years later, then I got to attend Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando, Florida, and I went there 2 years in a row. I had the most fucking fun I had ever had in my entire life in a haunted house. And there were houses in there that literally got me. And I would jump, even, I think I was, I don't know, 40, probably 40, 41 at the time. And I congratulated them, I was like, fuck yeah, dude, you got me, because that's what haunted houses are all about. But yeah, I've, and I guess over the years, I think it could have been the fact that I wasn't allowed to celebrate Halloween for, so many years that maybe that's what sparked my love and my fascination and my inspiration to celebrate it. And finally, the last thing that I remember is my brain just jumps all around, people, so bear with me. I call it mid-40s syndrome. But anyway, when I think it was during the summer before my senior year in high school, somehow I got invited to volunteer in a local haunted house. And if you ever have the opportunity to do this, fucking do it. It is a fucking blast. I had so much fun. I forget. I may have done it after the year I graduated too. Not 100% sure. But so, yeah, I think I did it 2 years in a row. Maybe. Anyway, um, so I was like a swamp creature, and there was a room, obviously, that kind of resembled the swamp, and it was really, really foggy, and there was a bridge, and the the guests would walk across the bridge, and what I would do is I would hide near the bridge, and as they went by, I would grab their ankles. Not grab them, just touch them, because I don't think you were allowed to physically like grab and hold on to guests. Um, and there would be literally men my age now that would be jumping and screaming and shrieking, and it was it was so much fucking fun. It was an absolute blast. Um, and then I cannot remember if it was the same year. Fuck. Anyway, um, one time I got to play a butcher, and guys, I had a room that was fucking ginormous. I mean, I had plenty of room to play in. And so I had this, I had like this chef's coat. I think it was something along those lines, a doctor's coat, something. And it was covered in blood. Okay. And I don't remember if my face was all bloodied up or not, but anyway, I got to operate a bandsaw. And let me tell you, I had so much fucking fun because the way the room operated was there was a door here and then there was a door on the other side, right? And the door that the guests came in opened from the opposite side. And I think I described that correctly. So as they would open the door, I could stand directly behind the door as it swung open. And the minute they entered, I revved that fucking bandsaw up, and they would be screaming and hollering, and I would chase them all the way around the room, and it was just a fucking blast. But yeah, just over the years, I've fallen in love with Halloween, Samhain, All Hallows Eve, however you say it, or if you don't, you know. Um, but yeah, holy shit, that's gonna be a lengthy premiere. Anyway, happy Halloween, Samhain, All Hallows Eve. And if you don't celebrate it, have an awesome month